what's available in the ecosystem. Today we come together to celebrate the spirit of entrepreneurship and the undeniable drive that fuels the dreams of you, those who are daring to envision a better future for yourselves and your families. We want to create a nurturing environment where knowledge is shared, connections are created, and ideas that you have can be transformed into success stories. Throughout the day, we will explore a wide range of topics um, specifically curated for small businesses and solo entrepreneurs. From leveraging artificial intelligence for your business to powering your business with census data, and to not be afraid of census data. So for those of you that are looking, where do I establish my next business? Who is my competition? How many art galleries are in the region because I want to open one? You need the data to make decisions. The data is available to you, should you want to get it. But you need to learn how to do that, and that's what we're here to do today. Um, this conference is not just about getting the skills. It is also about fostering a sense of community to build relationships that extend far beyond this event. Together, we want to harness the collaboration. We want to unlock doors to new opportunities and frankly to learn from one another's experiences. It's important that we create a community. Entrepreneurship and small business ownership can be a very isolated process. It can be very lonely. Do you really want to tell your employees that your cash flow is, an issue? Do you really want to tell your spouse or your family members that you didn't make goal this month and that paying mortgage is, you don't want that. A lot of times as an entrepreneur, you have a lot on your shoulders. And who better than another entrepreneur to really have in your community that you can share your experiences and let out that stress. That's what implied we're here today. So as we start, let us remember that success knows no boundaries. It is not limited by the size of your enterprise or the challenges we face. Instead, let's just fuel our determination, our resilience, and the support we can provide one another. So please do fully immerse yourself in the atmosphere of the conference. Have conversations, share your stories, seek guidance. The conference is here to inspire you to grow your business, to do business with one another, and to create and develop a sense of community. You hear me often, and I'll close with my remarks before I introduce the speaker. The smaller you are, the more important and the more critical it is that you make strategic decisions about your business. The more important it is that you step out of your day-to-day duties and take time to strategize, to put a plan together, to think about what is the next step you have to take. The Hispanic Chamber is a nonprofit, but guess what? We need to raise revenue, we need to come up with ideas and programs, and technology is something that has facilitated our work. But making decisions about what kind of technology, you can start paying at $50 a month for every platform. You'll be spending $20, $30, $40,000 a year before you know it. It's really making smart decisions about things that can truly make an impact in your productivity, in your profitability, right? And so if Hispanic Chamber is having these challenges, absolutely you're having them as well. So in many ways, this conference, we created it for ourselves. Hopefully, but we know it will be useful for you as well. So I think enough of that. Again, thank you to Whitehaven University and to Verizon and to Community College. We used to do this conference here every year. We have been in hiatus for a few years and we're back. It's a great location. Thank you so much. But I get to introduce, I had a conversation with our next speaker, and he was going to do a couple of breakout sessions. And internally we were talking, he said, you know what? He needs to speak to the entire audience. So it is my pleasure to introduce Tim Daniel. who is an advisor, coach, and helping organizations master innovation and growth. And he comes to us via our great network, the Widener University Small Business Development Center. He helps organizations tackle complex problems, equipping them with knowledge needed to compete in today's agile and interconnected world, and driving transformation through all company phases, from startup to revitalization. Over the course of a 40-year career, he has worked as an entrepreneur, as an intrapreneur, and advisor to early-stage companies. His achievements range from developing an industry-leading risk management platform that has generated over $1 billion in lifetime revenue, to the other end of the spectrum of mentoring young entrepreneurs leveraging technology to transform different aspects of the healthcare successfully. He coaches organizations into a culture of innovation. So he will be coaching us today. Thank you so much. And
good morning. Buenos dias. That's about as far as I'm going to try to go with Spanish. One piece of housekeeping. I spend a lot of my time in northern New Mexico, and I discovered that the allergies are different there than they are here. I got here 2 days ago, and I'm pretty miserable, to be honest. I'm pretty medicated, too. So if I start sneezing or coughing, it's okay. I don't have anything that's communicable, just have Philadelphia allergies.
but not allergic to Philadelphia.
Not allergic to Philadelphia, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So, if we're on the screen. So, I think we've already talked about a little bit about what the SBDC does, but if you haven't made contact with them, I encourage you to check out our programming. It's basically education as well as one-on-one consulting. And my colleague Lennon, who's here, is very much involved in a number of initiatives around both the city and the region, particularly with outreach to the Hispanic community. How many of our staff are 4 or 5? Right. And maybe 5 or 10 years, I might be 4.5. So, but yeah, and we have some great resources both in English and in Spanish. So I'd like to kind of get a sense of the room a little bit. So let's start with how many people are not using any generative AI, because that's where I really want to spend time today. It's on the ChatGPT stuff. How many people are not using it at all? A couple in the back row, okay. Well, okay, a few people are just kind of putting hands up. But the majority of you didn't put your hands up. That's interesting. How many of you are what I would call tire kickers? A little bit now and then. You don't use it every day, every week. How many are in that sort of? Check it out. Okay, about 1/3 of you. Okay. How many are using it several times a week? It's part of your routine. A little fewer. Okay. And then how many are the experts who in and out of the tools all the time during the day? Wow. Tough audience. By the way, feel free to chime in with your own thoughts and observations, because we're all in this journey together. It's pretty new, and we all have different perspectives and what I like to call use cases. So those that raise their hand, I'll be for the wizards, I'll be expecting your input. And the second set of questions, just kind of what is your sentiment about this? So is there anybody that's still in the it's a party trick, fad, it's going to go away mode? Probably aren't in this room. Possibly you'd be doing something else, okay? But believe it or not, a year ago, when I did a similar talk, probably 20% of the people who signed up to come to the talk on AI agreed with that statement. It's just a party trick. So it's obviously changing, which is a good thing. How many of you are kind of in the it's there, I tried it, but I'm in wait and see mode? How many are in wait and see mode? Okay. The next step. I can see it working for me, but really okay, it replaces Google, it does limited things. How many are in that?